in Boston. You got a little stuff happening there.
Yep.
So appreciate you being on with us. Obviously, you know my heart, man. You know what we do. We do this basketball thing, and then we talk a little bit about faith. But really, we're just going to get into to just who you are and what you got going on. Langston and I met each other several years ago here in Myrtle Beach when that was the first time that you worked out with Pure Sweat, wasn't it?
Yeah, first time. I took the leap of faith and said, hey, look, let me just see what this group is all about and see if they can help me going forward in my career. And hey, long and behold, with this career has continued, and hey, it's been a blessing to be able to be a part of that journey and have you guys be a part of that as well.
No doubt. And so LG and I, we just connected on all kinds of fronts. You were with the Knicks then, and now you're with the Detroit Pistons. I'm wearing my Detroit red up in here. So just tell us a little bit about what's popping now. You're married, right? You got a young one?
Yeah, so I'm married now. Been married for 3 years now. Just had our anniversary in June.
Congrats.
I have a 1-year-old, 1 and 3 months now. Son Langston Galloway II. So he's amazing. Enjoying him every single day. And then just this summer's been really eventful. Just traveling around, doing different events with the NBPA.
Yeah.
Which is the Players Association, doing different summits, learning more about the tech world, learning more about that, learning more about. We actually did a kind of like a convention kind of like process with NASA, which is really cool. Went down to Richmond, Virginia, and did like a little kind of catch up with them, and they really gave me some insight on some stuff that I'm working on right now that's in the works. So it should be pretty cool to see that come to fruition soon. And then also too, like I said, now I'm in Boston. Another tech summit before the season gets going, just to learn some more about tech. So it's something I've really been learning more about tech, and just taking a leap of faith and just seeing, hey, what else is out there? How can I invest my money the right way? And hey, seeing what God can give me wisdom about. See what wisdom I can learn. So.
I dig it, man. So you've got a little bit of an entrepreneurial spirit, huh? Like
Absolutely.
you got some stuff shaking. Tell me about LG Kicks. For those that you don't know, Langston is a sneaker, like he's not even just a sneaker head, he's a sneaker body, like all of him is sneakers. So tell me about LG Kicks, man.
LG Kicks has really grown. At first it was just all about me buying sneakers and being able to talk about it like through my friends and talk about it about for the kids, being able to help them learn more about like, hey, it's not all about just buying kicks. It's all about like the process of like what goes into the sneakers. But it's kind of transformed into now where I'm trying to build it into something that's going to be a legacy that I can leave behind. Where first we're trying to build a class out for young kids and maybe high school or coming out of high school going to college, where it might be a scholarship program that we might be able to have. We're trying to partner up with the program right now that kind of gives those kids that opportunity to maybe not go the college route, but be able to kind of go a different route and learn more about like the sneaker industry and being able to, be able to step into the right direction that they want to go. It's like instead of going to college and being there for 4 years and having so many student loans, it's like, hey, look, here's an opportunity that you can have that will benefit you going forward. And you can meet the right connections right then and there. And then, hey, you can go on to the career you want to be in. So that's kind of like where I'm at right now. And then also too, still like teaching the kids going forward, like, hey, there's a lot more behind like just the kick side of it. It's like a lot of business, a lot of politics. Sure. It's a lot of stuff that goes into it. So like it's a lot that I'm doing with LG Kicks, but that's like the main basis of those 3 different areas.
Yeah, I'm with it. So tell me your favorite LG Kicks that you've been a part of designing or putting together.
Yeah, I would say this past season, getting a chance, like the NBA letting us customize the kicks and really like putting our own spin on the kicks. And I think this past season I really was able to do that, and it blew up. It blew up for myself, and my brand, and now I look back. I mean, I got a shoe in the Hall of Fame, the Toy Story pair, and I mean, it was amazing. So this upcoming season is gonna be really fun. And I just want to give a shout out to all the guys that are doing the same thing that I'm doing, and we're all just trying to become relevant. Myself, Spencer Dinwiddie, Montrezl Harrell, on a different scale, PJ Tucker. I mean, it's numerous amount of guys that are doing the same thing, but on different scales, and everybody's just trying to build their brand as they go.
Yeah, and you're using your platform of, being an NBA player and then combining it with a passion of something that you love and you're very familiar with. And then man, I love it, using it to help educate, to help inspire, to help do all kinds of things. Like that's awesome,
Absolutely.
man. That's awesome.
Absolutely, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about this is year 3 with Detroit. Is that right?
Yep, year 3, yep.
Year 3 with Detroit, and how you like that weather up there, man? A little different than the gumbo down in Louisiana.
But I've got accustomed to it. It's become like my second home now, and I'm just really excited for the season, this upcoming year, and just my son being able to like know that, all right, we're not in Louisiana anymore. We're in Detroit now, and he understands that, and he's just thrilled to be able to go to a new school and be able to just play with the kids. I mean, it's always pretty cool to see him just like learning like more and more, and every single day is something new. So
yeah,
that's cool. It's a really cool experience to see that.
So tell me about the balance that you have to try to create. I mean, you're traveling, you've got home games, you've got away games, you've got,
Right.
Your training camp. You've also got your LG kicks and your tech stuff that you've been doing. You're all over the place. Tell me about the work and the balance of, your wife and your son, and how have you seen that? What have you learned in that?
Yeah, no, it's actually been a great summer for me, learning how to, I would say, manage every single aspect of my life. With the family aspect, that's always got to be 100%. So playing basketball, that's going to be, that's first and foremost, that's a blessing. I'm able to do that at a professional level, at a high level that I'm at. But at the same time, once I step off that court or step off that practice court, it's all family at that point. So I try to give while I'm at home. I'm trying to give 100% while I'm at home. It's like I don't want to be thinking about something off the court or on the court that happened, and my son's right in front of me, like waiting to see. All right, what are we gonna do next? How are we gonna play? What are we gonna do until I have to take this nap or go to sleep? So I always like make sure that I make sure I give 100% of myself to my family whenever I'm with them. But then with the off the court like adventures and entrepreneur side, I've just really just enjoyed myself, my wife. Like we both like putting a lot of work with. She got her MBA in leadership and management, and then I went to school and got sports. I went to school at St. Joe's and got a 2 degrees sports marketing and communication. So we both just have that itch to kind of scratch, where the entrepreneur side is like kind of this. It's been right there for a long time, and it's like now it's like, all right, this is like land yap, but it's something that we can do on the side that just like we enjoy. We enjoy doing this. It's not like nothing forced.
Yeah. So is it a common passion for you guys? Does it seem like it's something that you guys do more together, or is it something separate that you kind of bring her into, or does it seem like it's more of something you guys do together?
No, it's definitely something we do together. It's like sometimes she might not be able to make it the different things that I'm doing, or I might not be able to make it the things that she's doing. But I think it's always a joint effort with like, especially like we have our foundation, the Langston Galloway Foundation, and we do a lot of philanthropical things in the community, and I think that sometimes I might not be there to help her with the execution of the project, but it's like I know that going forward, like my heart is where it needs to be at, where the community's at, whatever community we're in or whatever community we're trying to help, we're always there. So I think that both of us either there or one of us representing both of us, it's always like great.
I dig it, man. I dig it. So tell me a little bit about, your faith as a believer in Jesus and loving God. Like, how is there, does that ever get challenged? Is there times where, you know, being in certain circles or being in the business world or being in the basketball world where it makes it more challenging to live that out? Have you had any struggles in that, or has it just been easy breezy and you just be who you are?
I wish it was that easy, but no, it's been very difficult. I would say very difficult. I mean, first and foremost, I mean, going undrafted,
Yeah.
my faith was tested first from the jump. I mean, well, getting to college, that was number one. I got to college, so that was cool. But going undrafted out of college, I mean, I could have said, hey, look, it's all about the money, and I want to just chase the money and go overseas. But I was like, nah, it's a bigger opportunity here for me to be a disciple for God and be able to go out every single night and show that, hey, look, my journey might be different from the other 14 guys that's in the locker room with me right now. It's like I might be the only guy in the locker room that's undrafted. So I was like, look, at the time I wasn't thinking like that. I was just thinking, hey, look, God got a plan, and I'm gonna just take it one day at a time, and I'm just gonna follow His journey. And you know, sometimes you think about that in life. It's like your plan might be different from God's plan. It's like you have to always think about it because God will laugh at you like, hey, look, this you think this is my plan for you, but I have something bigger for you. So I mean, I look back and I'm like, man, I'm going on year 6, and there's a lot of guys that were in my draft class that drafted, played, and then now they're gone and they're overseas or they're not playing at all. So that's been truly a journey to see that. But then also too, it's like um, I look back and I'm really thankful because I've met so many different people along this way, along this road. It might have been a kid, it might have been an adult, and I've always just stayed the same, not tried to change who I am, and I think that always speaks volumes because I always have people reach back to me and like, hey, look, you remember that time when we met in such and such place? It's like, yeah, man, like that changed my life. You know, just things like that kind of like speak to me and speaks volumes. So I'm always like, whoever I come in contact with, I'm always like trying to interact with them and trying to be the best disciple that God kind of wants me to be, and that's being able to. It might not always being able to preach His message, but it's always
Yeah.
carrying myself as a believer and as a person that understands what's going on. So I
Right.
think that always speaks volumes for people that I'm around.
And I can fully attest that, man, you've when we met, you were you know, you had done your thing with New York. You didn't exactly know what was next. You were in the gym working, preparing for what was next, and then
Right.
Detroit came, and so things changed for you certainly then. And I can attest that you're still the same dude that's just got a massive heart, and you're a heck of a hooper.
Yeah.
Tell me about um, you know, stepping into fatherhood and being a husband. And what do you think about the leadership part of that? Because you and I both know that, you know, men in the family are so important of being being a strength and a rock, while our wives can also be a strength and a rock. Like, tell me what your thoughts about being, you know, now a relatively new dad and a husband. Like, your thoughts on that and what you know, how you want to move forward in that way.
Yeah. I think that over this journey of like myself and my wife being married, um, it's really become that I be the rock of the family and being able to be the head. It's like you always look at the male as being the head of the family and him kind of being the one that kind of keeps everything together, keeps the glue together. So basically, I'm like the glue man. It's like it's always going to be a lot of bumps and bruises along the way, but you understand that you might have to sacrifice a lot. You might have to do a lot of different things for the household to sustain. And it's all about sustainability. It's like you don't want to get into a marriage and say, all right, I'm gonna last 5 years and then that's it. It's like, nah, this is for the rest of your life. And me and my wife, we've always we've been together since high school, so it's been a beautiful journey for us. But I always tell anybody that's going into a relationship or trying to find a relationship, it's like you always have to put your wife first and always making sure that she feels that she's the queen of the house. It's like because at the end of the day, it's like you might not be there as much as you want to be.
Right.
Myself, I'm not there I would say, I don't know, 50% of the time I'm gone. I'm either on the road or I'm trying to do whatever I need to do to take care of the household. But at the same time, it's like she's at home and she's able to just take care of that household while I'm gone. And it's like, when I'm gone, it's like, hey, you have to be the head at that point. And then when I come back home, it's like, okay, well, you can kind of relinquish that role and I just kind of step back in. So it's like, it's a lot of give and take. It's a lot of give and take. And I think me and my wife have really found that balance. And I think once my son becomes that age where he's like, hey, look, where you going, Dad? I'm like, okay, I'm going home, but you got to be the man of the house, man. You gotta take care of it. So.
Right. Well, it's cool too, because you talk about being the leader of your household, but one of the first things that you mentioned about being the glue guy is sacrificing.
Yeah.
And I think as men, a lot of times we think like it's out there in our society of like, oh, if you're the man, then you're like, you know, you're the big dog. Don't nobody challenge you. Don't nobody say nothing to you. But one of the things that you said was that the sacrificing part and like, you know, taking care of your wife, like that's a big deal, man, because that's what a real leader does, right? A real leader doesn't just do everything for themselves. They do for the benefit of those that they're leading.
Yep. That's big. It's big.
And I see that in you, and I think that's why we jive so much. Now, look, when my wife say that I sacrifice enough, I don't know, but I'm trying. I'm trying. So let me ask them, what's next, bro?
What's next? I mean, I'm coming up on my contract year, so it's gonna be a beautiful. I mean, it was a beautiful summer. I really enjoyed the summer. Me and my wife, like I said, was traveling around all summer, enjoying ourselves, just getting into so much different opportunities, so many different opportunities for us, and then you know, just enjoying our little man. He's growing up, he's 1 in 3 months now, so he's flourishing, and I'm just so excited to see like his personality starting to come out now. And then also too, it's like I said, the foundation. We have our foundation, Langston Galloway Foundation, is growing. It'll be the first 1-year anniversary in September. So we're excited to do a lot of stuff in Detroit this year. We've done a couple things this summer back home in Louisiana. So that'll be something that'll be another big task that we'll kind of start doing. And then LG Kicks is like I said, the whole process with being able to get the scholarship going, and then we did have a couple of different drives we're going to try to do, giving back to the community, where we might have like, I don't know, a whole bunch of shoes, try to donate a whole bunch of shoes, and then give them out to the community, people that might not have shoes out there. So I know there's a lot of stuff that's in store, but hey, at the end of the day, it's like I can only control what I can control. God got the rest under control, and I'm just going to just lead the way, and then let him lead me or be over top of me.
Word up, man. So Langston Galloway, number 2 for the Detroit Pistons, right? Number 2.
No, number 9.
Number 9. I'm tripping.
Yeah.
Number 9.
I was number 2 in New York.
That's what it was. That's what I remember. Number 9 for the Detroit Pistons, but number 1 in your heart. My guy, I appreciate you being on, man.
Appreciate it.
All right, be good.
Later.